A very good evening and welcome back to my channel. This is Sonal signing in again. Is stress and anxiety becoming a part of your daily life? And have you reached a point in life where you have accepted them to be a parcel and part of your daily life? If you have, then you're at the right place because I'm here to tell you otherwise. We're here to experience life so that we can feel peaceful, we can feel joyful, we can feel the contentment, and we flow with life. But most of the time, if you look around, that is not the scenario. And that brings me to this video because if it's not, that means there is something we need to shift within ourselves so that the flow of the life seems organic, so that the flow of life seems like effortless, because that's why we are here for. So if you're watching this video, answer this question, that if you are facing stress, how much of that stress is because of the reality of the situation that you're facing, and how much of that is because of the stories and the scenarios and the thought process that your mind is creating on top of it. And if you really look at it honestly, 60 to 70% of the stress is being created because the mind is actually adding a lot of assumptions and stories to the existing reality. So if you just look at the reality in itself, maybe it's not causing you as much stress as the layers that your mind is building on top of it. And if that is the case, then that tells us that we need to somewhere control the mind. So let's come to the solution of it as to how to control the mind. Well, one of the ways to, actually the only way to control the mind is to practice mindfulness. Because mindfulness will bring you the awareness to observe your thoughts, to observe the patterns that your mind is creating, so that you can detach yourself from those assumptions and the stories and look at the situation for what it is. Because when you do that, you will be in a much better space to handle it. You will be in a much better space to create a response as opposed to the reaction to the existing situation or whatever scenario is being created around you. And how do you come to that space where you are mindful? Meditation. I'm going to give you a simpler example. So, say you have a big match or you have a big concert. You rehearse for that match, right? Or you rehearse for that concert. You go through your practices, and then there is the grand finale of it. Treat the meditation as that rehearsal or the practice which is actually gearing you or preparing you for the day to deal with these scenarios in a much better way. Because the moment you become more aware of your responses, of your thoughts, and your and the stories that the mind is building, like I said, it's like having the steering in your control then. And when you have the steering in your control, naturally the response that you will generate the next moment is going to be dependent on however you're dealing with that particular moment. Because the quality of life is nothing but your response to every situation, because that response is actually generating your next reality. That choice that you are actually choosing is creating your next reality. So if you are the own creator, would you not rather have the steering wheel in your own hands? And one of the ways to actually have that is to be fully aware, is to be mindful. And how do you get there is by meditation. I have spoken to you almost in every of my video as to how important it is for you to create your own alignment with yourself, to create mindfulness, to create a free flow of life. And how do we generate that is in totally in your hands. Because don't let your mind govern you. You use your mind when you have to. And I'm not saying that we will become completely mindful, but we will become aware. Even if there is a scenario where you feel that your mind is getting to a point where the stories are getting added, you have the capacity at that point to detach yourself and look at the situation for what it is. The quality of life that you will experience coming from that space where you have that handle, it's almost like having that magic wand in your hand and create your own reality. So rehearse yourself, practice meditation, Do it for a month and see how your response changes, see how your life changes. And a lot of you have also asked me about meditation. Pick up any guided meditation. Go to YouTube and do a search, and whatever connects with you, do. If you're starting to meditate, I would suggest you that you do guided meditation. Take your earphones and do it for 15 minutes every day. Give give yourself that much time. I'm pretty sure we owe that to ourselves, so that with a month down the road, please get back to me and tell me if anything has changed, if anything, because it will start reflecting in your life in so many ways. Your relationship with your kids, your relationship with your spouse, your colleagues, the road rage, that you often, the stress level goes down, your responses are much calmer. Everything shifts in a very different way when you don't get sucked into the mind games that your mind is creating. Let me know what you think of this video, and please practice this meditation, and I would love to hear from you as to how it has created a positive shift in your life. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe my video and share it with your friends and family. Till next time, this is Sonal signing off. See you soon. Bye-bye.